give it a minute or two, then I'm gonna get right into the message, so I don't forget my train of thoughts, you know. So whoever come in, they'll catch it. They could play the replay back and everything. Y'all know how that go. So give it a minute or two, and I'm gonna jump straight into the message. All right, whoever come in after this, they're gonna catch the replay or they'll catch the message as I'm going about it. But peace, blessings, much respect, much love. It's your boy, the Ghetto Guru, aka Shango, coming back with another message. Hope all is well with y'all. Hope everything is good. Hope you're having a great day. And if you're not, I hope the rest of your day get better. Happy Friday to everybody. Also, happy new moon in Aquarius. I don't know about y'all. I've been feeling the energy since I woke up. Like, I just feel rejuvenated. The past week, probably like a week and a half, 2 weeks, I've been feeling like real tired. Like I just wanted to rest a lot more than usual. Cause I'm not really a person that be wanting to take naps and stuff like that, even though I should. But I've never been a real nap taker. But I'm trying to get better with that as I get older. But yeah, lately it's just been that energy of just resting. So today, like I said, the new moon in Aquarius, it just feels like rejuvenation. Like I got a whole new outlet of energy. Like I just was up early, did laundry, did a bunch of errands that I had to do, take care of. I just had energy. Like even then I was listening to music, I just had energy, even now, which is a great thing because that means like there's an energy flow of new things coming in for everybody, not just me. Like I said, when I tell these messages, I'm not just talking about myself, I'm talking about the whole collective. So we're gonna get straight to the message. So I got this message probably like last month, but I just never put it out. Or it's probably like a couple weeks ago to a month, but I never put it out. But now I finally decided exactly why I wanted to put it out now. So the title for the video is gonna be The Discipline to Pay Attention to Detail. The discipline to pay attention to detail. So to many people that probably don't sound like a big thing when we talk about details, but details is very important. A lot of times we look at the bigger picture, but a lot of times we don't look at the details that are in that bigger picture that make that big picture what it is. So when you're talking about details is very important. It could save your life. It can save you a lot of headaches. It can put you ahead of many other people. Because when you're talking about details, you're talking about paying attention to a lot of things. Whether you're talking about your surroundings, whether you're talking about something you're looking at. It could be a picture of art. You're looking at the details of that. It could be paying attention to people, how they move, different things that you watch and learn from people. Just paying attention to detail. And that, like I said, could save your life. That could put you ahead of the crowd. It could do many different things. Peace and blessings. Much love. What's up, Justine? Much love. But yeah, paying attention, the discipline to pay attention to detail could save your life, put you ahead of the game, ahead of many different people. It could teach you a lot of things about learning about people, and like I said, learning about your surroundings and your environment. So I'll give a few examples and stuff, and then I'm gonna do a story time too, because that's really, thank you God, that's why I decided to do the video now, even though I got this download to do this video a while ago. Oh, it's sending a heart right back to you. Yeah, so that's what it was. I had a story time that matched with that. So I'm gonna get into that, but I'm gonna give a few examples of the details. So, like I said, if we talk about surrounding wise, when I went out for my birthday recently, on the 18th, and I went with one of my friends, right? So we went to Grand Central, and we went to the place Summer One that everybody has been going to. You know, the building, the skies. You know, they take you up to the skyscraper level. It's a bunch of stuff in there. It's real interesting. It's fun. If you haven't gone, I recommend it. But we went, right? So you got to go through Grand Central and stuff like that, the station, to get to it. So we was walking through, they got a bunch of stores in there for the tourists and stuff. So we walking around. We went to look at the ceiling of Grand Central because, it got the astrological paintings and stuff like that. And just the whole architecture of just Grand Central was just amazing to look at. So we was walking back because we arrived early. So we had to wait like an hour so it was time for us to go into for our ticket time. So we was walking around, then we was like, all right, let's walk back. So we walking back, and my friend was trying to remember which way we went. So I pay attention to everything. Not saying that she don't either, but I pay attention to everything, small things, like especially when I'm like, say if I'm going somewhere and I want to remember how to get back, I'm paying attention to the store on the corner. I'm paying attention to the person. They might have been selling something. I'm paying attention to this. I'm paying attention to every little detail that's going to tell me or give me clues to where I need to go or how to get back. So back to the story about that. So when we was walking back, she was like, all right, which way we go? So I remember we walked past this little area of the bank. I remember we walked past this guy. He was talking to himself. So I said, oh, yeah, we walked this way, because I remember we walked past here with the bank. And then that same guy that walked past us again, he was talking to himself. I remember that. And then we go this way. She was like, damn, I ain't even pay attention to it. I ain't even peep that. Like, you was paying attention to everything. But it made me think that not everybody is paying attention to details that much. And that could save your life, or that could put you ahead of people a lot by just paying attention to minor details. And it's like an art, because a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people get instructions to do different things and they mess it up, or read the instructions on the manual or whatever the case is, and they don't get it correct because they missing the art or the discipline of paying attention to detail. So that's when a lot of people miss a lot of things or mess things up, or they just fall behind whoever is paying attention to details. And like I said, you think the average person is doing that, but they really aren't, because a lot of people are looking for the bigger picture, the bigger bang or the bigger boom. But a lot of times the small things are the bigger picture, and there's the big bang that we all looking for. So that made me think of that when we was out on my birthday and I was paying attention to that. So that brings me to the story time I'm going to tell you about that matches the title, about the discipline of paying attention to detail. So, and even before I even get to the story time, even it could teach, like I said, you can learn. It's not just for your surroundings. You can learn about people. So it could be different characteristics, and it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could be a good thing. Like, you could be looking at somebody or somebody you know or somebody you don't know, and you could be like, yo, I could tell that you this type of person because the way you wear your hair, or the way you approach certain things. It could just be little details that they'd be like, oh, I didn't even peep that about myself. I didn't even know that nobody's paying attention to that. Like, it tells you a lot about people's character, the way they do things, how the type of person they are, how they approach things, what they even thinking sometimes, or the way they feeling, by just paying attention to little details. Like, it could be, like I said, the way they put their clothes on, the way they groom, the way they get ready, the way they prepare for something. Like, little things you paying attention tells a lot, and people appreciate that, because a lot of people don't pay attention to small things. Even when we talking about relationships, and it don't have to just be friendships. Even in relationships, your partner, you pay attention to the littlest things, to the detail, to the whether they eat with a fork or a spoon, whether they like they meal hot or cold, whether they like this type of flavor, that flavor. Like, the littlest details that they might not even know about themselves. They might be doing something unconsciously, and they're not even aware of it. You could pay attention to that and bring it up, like, yo, you don't even peep that you do this when you get mad, or you don't even peep that before when you really thinking about something. If you're not sure, that you don't really answer directly, you start looking this way, your eyebrows raise up. Like, it could be anything. I'm just throwing out stuff, but it could be anything. And that's what I mean by paying attention to the small details that tell a lot, or could save you, or could even put you ahead of the game, ahead of others that's not paying attention to the details or the different things that's going on. So now that relates to the story time. So this is a while ago, probably like the summer that passed, or matter of fact, spring going into the summer. So I I met up with somebody, right? They hit me up on Instagram. I had them, we was following each other for years, but really never really spoke. So they was like, yo, excuse me, I appreciate what you're doing with your spirituality, all the messages, everything you're doing. I need help with this. Could we link up and stuff so I can learn about that and you could teach me more about it? I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. I don't have no problem with helping nobody. That's what it's all about. So I said, cool, we can meet up. We could come through and we could talk about everything. We'll figure it out. So I met up with them and stuff like that. So the first, as soon as they came through, I let them in my house or whatever. I just got the vibe, like you know, you get that vibe like when you do something, you know what you're doing, but people don't want to give you credit for it because they thinking that you just putting on the front. So they trying to find a loophole or something or a flaw where they could be like, oh, I knew you was gassing, or I knew you was lying, or you ain't really gifted like that in the spiritual realm like that. You ain't who you say you are. So I could get that vibe off her when she came, when I met her, you know, to help her for what she was asking help for. So I thought I was bugging. I ain't really paying attention to it. So you'll see why I said that. So I remember she was looking at one of my plants or something like that. So at the time, it was like when I first got her or whatever, and some of the plants was kind of like still growing to get dark green. Like it was still like lightish, you know, that lightish green, had a little white in some of the leaves, but it was growing into that, into being darker. So she said some remark about like, oh, you know, when that happens with the plant, that means that the energy ain't right in the house. So I'm like, word? I never heard that before, but I was like, in my head I already knew that. I was like, that's some BS or whatever. I like, that's some projection shit, but excuse my language, but I'm like, that's some projection-ish. But I didn't even pay attention to that, because I'm like, the bigger picture is what we're supposed to be doing right now, helping with you. But keep that in mind what I'm saying. So boom, we was there for like an hour or two talking, helped out with the things she was asking with the spirituality, put her on to mad different things and stuff like that, and it was cool. All right, cool. So here we go. We link up again. So I was like, yo, let's go do something in the city. I'm like, all right, cool. Just on some regular cool shit. I said, let's go to the arcade. So this is what I'm saying with the paying attention to details and the matches with all the little red flags that was happening in the first time we met. So we go to the arcade. So in the arcade, you know, it's a bunch of games, different things and stuff like that. We in there cooling, playing a basketball game. Matter of fact, before we played the basketball game, we didn't even go to that first. We went to the shooting game. Here go. What I'm talking about the discipline of paying attention to detail. So we go to the zombie games. You know, the zombie games they used to have like in the arcade and the movie theater, especially like people from Harlem. Remember in Magic Johnson when they used to have the zombie game where you could pick it up, play with your partner. You got just shooting and stuff. You got to reload all the action stuff before you get killed. So we playing that game. So and they got like the whole in that arcade they had like the whole theatrics to it. Like it was like you're in like a little airplane thing. You got to go in there to walk inside to sit in it, playing it. Cool, it's fire. So we in there playing. So we on teams. So we supposed to be helping each other, saving each other, shooting the zombies, right? This is not a competitive going at each other game. This is a competitive. We on the same team. We're trying to keep each other alive and get to the next level. It's not like the shooting games and all that, basketball games, like the other stuff where we're going against each other. So I started noticing as we playing and I'm shooting and stuff like that, and I'm trying to protect her whenever the zombies coming at her character that she has as the second player. I was the first player, and she got to protect me too. I kept noticing that she kept trying to swipe away, like at my gun and stuff like that, like, oh, you cheating, you get more points than me. But I'm like, yo, what you doing? You messing me up. We on the same team. Stop doing that. So she kept doing that. So I started paying attention to that, like, okay, the first time we met up, you were saying little stuff, and I was like going past it because I was trying to help you. But now it's matching. You came, you wanted to meet up because you was on some competition stuff when it came to the spirituality stuff, which I'm not on, but I know a lot of people do that, which it don't make sense because that's not what spirituality is about. And it ain't just spirituality. People do this with other things too to try to be competitive, but I'm just saying with this. But that's when I started paying attention to it more like that. I'm like, that's what I mean by paying attention to detail, the little small details. That small detail of that showing like, okay, you don't really want help. You ain't really being genuine. You want to compete. Because why are you trying to compete in a game when we're on the same team? We're supposed to protect each other. If you can't do that, that shows me a lot about your character, because that means you're a selfish person. But this is what I'm saying. The average person would look like, oh, you're looking too deep into it. That don't mean that it does. Because if you're doing that on the video game and we on the same team and you worried about my score being higher than yours, that's showing right there that you're not on the same page. Because why are you doing that when I'm supposed to be protecting each other in the game and stuff? So this is what I'm saying. This goes over the head of a lot of people, and it's how they get into further problems with people before catching it early. So I kept that in mind. So I'm like, all right, kept that in mind. Boom. So we played other games and all that other stuff, whatever. But I kept that in mind. So as time went on and stuff like that, we had hooked up a few other times to hang out and stuff like that. I started noticing more of that little competitive stuff. Like if I say something about stuff I know what I'm talking about when it comes to spirituality, they try to reject it, or they try to be like, oh, that don't make sense, or they ain't want to believe me. And I'm like, for a person that comes for help, asking for help, towards somebody that clearly knows more than you when it comes to this, you sure are objective to a lot of things that I know what the hell I'm talking about. Like, I don't need your help. You need my help. You came to me. I ain't hit you up. But this is what people do. And if you're not paying attention to those little details, you'll not see through the mask that they got on, acting like it's genuine, or acting like they really genuinely dig you in your craft and what you're doing. Nah, what she really was coming for was to steal information, learn how to do this, and learn how to do it better than me, so she could do whatever she doing on her platform and go on and promote herself and act like she was always into that. And this is what people do. But this is how you always see a lot of people putting people on, and then the person act like that person ain't never helped them. They go jack whatever, their whole style, this and the third, and act like they never knew them. Like, this is what happens. But people miss it, and the people get so much from them, and they don't peep it because they're not paying attention to the small details. Like what I was saying about the game. A lot of people would have looked at that, would have been playing back around, like trying to mess them up while they shooting and stuff in the game. I was looking at it deeper, because this, like I said, little details like this save lives. It looks small and petty to the average eye, but it's not. It tells a lot. Because I'm like, in a game when we're on the same team and we're supposed to be helping each other stay alive, you competing with me and we about to die in the game. So that shows that we need to get something done together. You gonna do something selfish, and the person did some selfish during one time when we linked on one of the times when I'm like, there you go. I know it wasn't bugging. That's the selfish stuff I'm talking about. And after that, when I called it out, they ain't want to hang out no more, whatever. They just got ghosts. I'm like, cool, whatever. I ain't do nothing to you, but you want to act like that, cool. But that just proved from day one, that time at the arcade, and then the other stuff, I ain't going to go into the other stuff, but it was something else that showed, like, all right, there you go. There go the selfishness. So that's what I wanted to connect with the title of the video about, the discipline of paying attention to detail and then telling that story time, because a lot of people miss those small details. They don't pay attention to the minor things that could tell them a lot. Well, not just about their surroundings, not just about things like that, but it could save your life or tell you a lot about people, where you could save yourself a lot of headaches, and you don't have to be around a person months, years down the line and then figure them out. You could see that from little small stuff in situations. Be like, oh, okay, look how you handle that. From that little small thing, the average person, that's not that big, but I can tell a lot about you from just doing that. And it's I'm pretty sure it's many different examples of situations that y'all been through that y'all could think of, like something petty. Like, it could be you leave something, say you leave food, right? You leave your food on the counter, right? And your friends is dead, and you left it there, but you come right back and somebody ate your food, like ate a piece of your food or whatever, and you could tell somebody went in there, but everybody try to act like they don't know what happened. Like, this is what I'm saying, like little details like that. Like, average friend would be like, yo, whatever, that's crazy, you violated, but all right, whatever, they'll brush it under the rug, but all right, cool, when you get something, I'm gonna take some of your stuff next too. But a person that pay attention to details and look at things much deeper and more serious than that, they'll be looking at it like, okay, I can't even trust you when my food is right there on the table and I'm not around. You don't have enough discipline and self-restraint to not touch my food as my friend, even though you know it's violation and I won't do that to you. You don't even have the decency to do that. So all right, cool, I might not cut you off, but I know I can't trust you when it comes to my stuff, my girl, anything. This is what I'm saying. People don't think about stuff like that, because that shows a lot. You can't control yourself when I leave my plate of food there and you violate like that. You think I could trust you if I leave my girl around you when I'm not there? You think I could trust you if I leave some money on the table when I'm not there? Nah, because you already showed you can't be trusted with something as simple as food, and you don't have the decency and respect to not violate when I'm not there. You don't have the decency and respect to say, yo, can I get a piece? Yo, can I get a PC, go to food? Nah, you violated when I turned my back and did that. But I'm just using that as an example to show different things so y'all could apply it to y'all life too and be like, yeah, so this is what I mean. Like little stuff like that tells a lot, a bigger picture. A lot of times we looking for the big thing to catch people in, or the big picture to tell us things, and a lot of times the small details or the small things says a lot, and that's all we need. So we know when we ignoring the red flags or the little signs in the beginning, that's how we always end up getting in trouble, getting ourselves in trouble, messing something up, going down the wrong path, going down the wrong road, dealing with the wrong person, getting in the wrong situation. That's how that always happens when we ignore those little signs that told a lot. But we was like, maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm being petty, looking too deep into it, maybe I'm being petty by trying to cut them off because of that. And nah, later down the road, you see exactly why. Like, oh, now that makes sense why they did this in the beginning. Now that makes sense why they did that. When something crazy happened, then by then it's too late. So that's what I mean. Like, people got to get better with paying attention to small things like that. And it doesn't have to always be something serious as like catching somebody in something, or seeing if somebody being honest and genuine with you. It could be something, like I said, as your surroundings. You being outside, you could be walking and you could be watching somebody, and just the way they came up to you, they could come up to you acting like they're asking for a question, like, oh, you got the time, or yo, you know where this is at, or yo, I like this on you, and stuff like that. You could look, if you're paying attention and looking at them and not getting distracted, little details in their maneuvers and their mannerisms rather, you will be able to tell, like, all right, they plotting on me, or they trying to do something slick, or they trying to do something funny. They don't really want directions. They don't really want to compliment me on this. They trying to do something slick, and as soon as I'm not paying attention, they gonna attack. Little details like that. If you're not paying attention, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna get plotted on. You're gonna get all that. You're gonna get all that wickedness that's coming with that. So it could be, like I said, it could be something as that. It could be something that's trying to find your way back home or to the train station or where you at. You could go somewhere, travel. You don't know the area like that. But if you're paying attention, like, all right, I got off the train here. When I gotta walk this direction, all right, cool. It's a bank on the corner. It's a corner store when I turn right here. There's some people right here, some stores. They were selling stuff. All right, cool. I know that. So when I come out of the place and I'm going back to the train, I don't gotta look up the GPS on my phone and find it. I could remember the details. Like, yo, I remember walking past here. Oh, it was those little people in front of, it was the little kids in front of the building. They still out there. Boom. Okay, I gotta walk past here. Oh yeah, the corner store right there. The corner store right there. All right, cool. That means I gotta walk straight. And then when I see the bank, I know the train station over there. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's all learning from paying attention to details, and that's teaching you also how to survive. Because all those little details matter. Like, you paying attention, like, oh, that's a perfect example. It's getting dark now at 5:30, right? Usually you don't get that dark this early in February at 5:30. Sometimes it might start getting dark at like 5, right? But it's February, it's getting dark. It's still light out right now. It's about to be 5 soon. But that's what I mean. That's paying attention to detail of like, yo, I don't need to wait for the groundhog. I don't need to wait for, I already know it's going to be early spring. Because look, it's 50 degrees. I'm outside, my jacket open. It's February. It's 51 degrees right now. And it don't get dark to 5:30 now. It never, and it's winter. It don't feel like winter, don't look like winter. It feel like spring already to me. To mad people. It's somebody across right now, they grilling outside right now, right across from me. Like, that's what I mean. But that's what I'm saying, paying attention to detail. I could pay attention to the weather and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be early spring. Oh, it's getting dark at 5:30 now. Like, that average person not paying attention to that. They waiting for spring on the calendar. Nah, I already know ahead of time. I'm in tune like the animals. Just like when the animals is flying south for for the winner or whatever, or whatever, and then whatever coming back, when it start getting warm up here and stuff like that, they paying attention to details. They know when to get up out of here. They can feel before us, like, yo, trouble is coming. I'm out of here. Like, that's paying attention to details. Something, if you chilling, talking to somebody, something say, yo, move right now. Get up out of there. That's paying attention to details. Something told me to move. I'm not going to question them out. I find out later why something told me to get out of there. Something telling you, yo, go over here right now. Yo, get away from this person. Yo, don't say this. Don't say that. That's paying attention to the details. That's going to save you from a lot of headaches. That's going to save your life, or put you ahead of the game towards other people. It don't even just got to be life. It could be sports. It could be learning. It could be in class. It could be many different things. You see, Kobe Bryant, he had to show what? Detail. What did he do? And he's a Virgo. I'm going to break it down with some astrological stuff. He's a Virgo. Virgos, like they say, Virgos is perfectionists. But a reason why they call it perfectionist is because they just pay attention to detail. They so Michael Jackson, all those people that was Virgos, they so much pay attention to details to get it exactly how it should be that they become perfectionists. So it's not that they're trying to be perfect or it's the detail. And that's why, like I said, Michael Jackson, why he was so, like they say he could be on the phone listening to a record and he'd be like, nope, that ain't it. You got to change it. Nope, you need to bring that up. Like he was that focused when it came to details. But that's why when you listen to his music, it sounded the way it sounded. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, Charlie Chell, what's good with you, bro? So, but that's what I mean by he was so invested in details that's why his music is such a greatness, because he was paying attention to the way it sounded, the instruments, every little detail. Average artist not paying attention to it like that, and that's why his artistry is where it's at versus other artists, but the way it sounds and the way he took his time. Paying attention, like I said with Kobe Bryant, to show detail. He paying attention to detail. He's slowing down all the film. That's how he knew. That's why watching film is so important, and not just basketball, but any sports game, because you get to slow the game down, and you get, thank you, God, you get to, and I'm gonna connect that to my point after, but excuse me, you get to slow down the game, and you get to see the players in the game in slow motion. When you slow things down, especially when you're watching a sports game, you now get to see what the opponent is doing. You get to see their strengths, you get to see their weaknesses, you get to see their tendencies and what they always like to do. So now you not only seeing the mistakes that you made, like, oh, I see why that kept happening. Oh, I see why I couldn't stop that. Oh, I see why you get to see, like, oh, when he do this, that mean he going this way. That's back to the detail. Oh, when he do this signal, rubbing his ear, that mean they doing this. Or when he whistle on the field, that means that they calling out ISO. That's what I'm saying by being ahead of people. A lot of people don't pay attention to detail like that, where you could become a dangerous person in a great way. Because, and when I say dangerous, I mean that people know that they can't get nothing past you and that you that in tune because you paying attention to detail that much. Like, oh, when he looked this way on the court, I know they about to throw alley-oop. It's like all that. That's why they watching all of those things and slowing it down on the film, because that's paying attention to detail. And that connects me to the point I'm about to make about that. About even, like I said, when people try to put things past you, or the opposition trying to do different things toward you, you know their tendencies. You know their tendencies, you know their habits, you know their strong points and their weak points. Like, yeah, I know they're strong at this, but I know paying attention to detail and watching them, they're weak here. They got tendencies to do this, and then when you pay attention to people like that, to the point you breaking them down, every detail like that, you already could see that they damn, what's the word? It's not project. It's it'll come to me later. But you could see ahead of every move that they're about to do, or everything they're about to say, or everything they're about to do. You'll be able to defend yourself against that. Because, like I said, a lot of people like to play mind games, different things and stuff like that. You'll be able to see through all that stuff by paying attention to details of how people move, how they talk, what they say, their habits, all that stuff. And that helps you not only learn how to deal with people, but it teach you how to learn how to move in life. And like I said, it could be your surroundings, protecting yourself, knowing how to find your way back home, or find your way to a location that you're not familiar with the area, and just paying attention to the details around you. Like, oh, this spot was over here. All right, this was here. All right, I know when I'm walking back to remember these spots. Or when I turned here, that was there. All right, cool. That store was over here. All right, cool. That means I gotta walk back down this block. When I walk down this block, the bank should be there. Oh, boom, the bank was there. When I got off the train, the bank. Oh, so that means the train is crossed right there. Like, that's what I mean. You won't even have to look at a phone GPS. You won't have to worry, panicking, asking everybody, yo, how you get here? You won't have to do that because you're a person that practice the discipline of paying attention to detail. And then if it don't just got to be surroundings, it could be hanging around people. You could, like I said, you can learn different things. When I gave the example with the food about, say if you left your food, you in the crib chilling with your friends, you left your food on the counter, you went to the bathroom real quick, you come back, you see somebody took a piece of your food or something like that, and you might laugh it off. You might be like, all right, cool, I ain't gonna make no big deal about it. That's foul. I wouldn't do that to your plate, but cool, I know I can't leave my food around you. But that tells you a lot. Like, an average person not gonna look like, they're not gonna look at it like that deep. But the person that's paying attention to the details, they're gonna look like, I can't leave my food around you. All right, cool. That means that you can't be trusted because you sneaky. You sneaky because you ain't asked when I was there, or you could have asked me while I was doing what I was doing in the back, but you chose to take something from my plate when I wasn't looking. Cool, no problem. But I know that you sneaky now, so I know I can't even trust you. So you think if I can't put my food around you and leave it, you think I could trust you around my significant other? You think I could trust you to leave some money there? Nah. These are the details that people sweep under the rug or miss or don't pay attention to, and then that leads them into a further headache or further problems down the road with people or with themselves that they didn't have to experience. They could have got out the situation or got away from it if they would have just paid attention to that small or the small detail or details that they seen from the beginning and not swept under the rug or looked at it like it was just something small and petty. Nah, a lot of times we looking for the big bang, the big picture, and a lot of times the small things is the bigger picture. So yeah, that's basically the message, man. Continue to practice and have the discipline to pay attention to detail. Whether you're talking about your surroundings, what are you talking about when it comes to learning about people, learning about people's strengths, weaknesses, habits, tendencies. It tell you a lot because that's the word I was looking for earlier. Thank you, God. Predictable. You learning how to do that when it comes to learning people and their habits and stuff, you can see how predictable people are. And that's when people can't. That's what I meant by saying you become a dangerous person. Not like you out here trying to harm people, but people won't be able to pull nothing over your head. They won't be able to get nothing over you because you are that in tune with everything. You paying attention to everything that much that when they think they being slick or they think they trying a new move, just like I was talking about in the sports world, where they slow down the film and like, oh, I see what you're doing. Oh, I know what you're doing. You do the same move. Oh, you do this. Oh, that means, when you do this, that means you're going this way. When you do this, that means you about to throw it here or you about to call this play. And then when they match up with that person next time, they shut them down. Like, that person can't do nothing. The same way in life with people. When you see that person next time and they try to pull that little slick maneuver, or that little mind game they was doing, a little slick, whatever slick stuff they was doing, you could see how predictable they are. It could be even people contacting you. It could be somebody hit you up out of nowhere. Hey, what's up? You already know, paying attention to detail, you already know they want something. That's the only time they contact me. I already know they might be going through something. That's the only time they hit me up. Like, you start learning a lot, paying attention to small details, but if you don't, you'll be thinking like, oh, this person really care about me. Oh, what's up? Giving your all, giving all your energy, and then you'll be pissed off at the end when you trying to do the same thing to them when you need to talk or something and they not reciprocating the same thing back. And that's how a lot of people be getting in that cycle of like, oh, people don't treat me the same. I always look out for people and they don't look out back. That's how people get in that cycle because they're not paying attention to the detail. Like, yo, this person only hit me up when they going through something. This person only hit me up when they need something. It could be whatever. But that's what I mean. You could save yourself a lot of headaches paying attention to that where you'll be like, I ain't even responding to that. Or already see what they about to do, how predictable they are, and you could put your defense up to that and be good. So, like I said, that's the message. I don't want to keep rambling on about it because basically that's what it was and why I had to tell that story time about how that matched with the title of the video about the discipline of paying attention to detail. And like I said, with the example I gave with the person in the arcade, the average person is gonna go over their head like, oh, that's not that serious. Y'all playing a video game. Everybody competitive. I'm like, nah, it's different. That tells a lot. Little small stuff tells a lot. If we playing something and we on the same team, we gotta clearly defend each other in the game so we survive. You shouldn't be worried about who getting the highest score, because that means you not being a team player. And that means you got an idea of just being for self. So, and then later on, it showed as I had more encounters with that person, they did some selfish stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, boom. That matches what I felt about you from the arcade, and then day one when you came for help. And that's not just that scenario, it's many other scenarios I got in life with that, but that was just something that reminded me of that when it came to the title of the video. And I'm pretty sure y'all can relate it to y'all life as well. So just remember that, keep practicing, having discipline to pay attention to detail, because like I said, it could be saving you from headaches with people, headaches for yourself, going down the wrong direction. It could be putting yourself ahead of the crowd because you learned how to follow instructions and they didn't. Like, it's that real where people could get the same instructions, same directions, and you might be the only one that got it right because you followed the details to every small detail. And a lot of people skip the instructions, because that's what a lot of people do. They get the manual, don't read the manual, they skip it, they just try to do it and end up messing it up. But the person that read the instructions, read the detail, did it to perfection, did it to exactly how it's supposed to be done. And then those people be confused, like, yo, how they did it better than me? Because you try to skip steps. You didn't want us to do the small details. You didn't want to pay attention to the small details. You just wanted to jump to the big picture. And you don't realize that you got to have details to get the big picture. You feel me? If you're looking at an art picture, or, you know, a mural or anything, a poem, in order to, or a song, to understand it all, the artistry of it, you got to pay attention to the small details. So it tells you a lot. And then you'll understand the song or how the artist did that or how they connected to that pain or how they got the idea. You'll understand if you're paying attention to the details and not just looking at the big picture and then like, I don't understand it or it don't make sense, I don't like it. Because you're not paying attention to the details of what they were trying to connect and what they was trying to do with that idea creatively. So, like I said, keep practicing that, remember that, and use that to your advantage. And the more you pay attention to detail and you practice that, it will not only help save you headaches when it comes to people, places, and things. It also will teach you how to have survival instincts, survival tactics. Like I said, you could be anywhere, get lost, and it'd be like, all right, cool. Not even get lost. You won't even get lost because you'll be paying attention like to the surroundings and different little details of where stuff is at. Like, okay, this is here, this is here, this is here. All right, cool. On my way back, I don't even have to look up the GPS. I already know this was here. Then I turn here. Okay, that's here. Oh yeah, there was some lady over there. She was selling mangoes over there. All right, cool. I know that when I was walking that way. Okay, the train station should be that way. Boom, or whatever. So you could apply it to many different areas of life, but it always will help you, you know, save yourself. Help save yourself in situations. Help yourself know how to get around. Just many different things. So just continue to practice that and continue to always put that in your repertoire, and then continue to just always pay attention to that. 'Cause like I said, you can see how predictable people are as well when you learn how to pay attention to details, and then you can learn their intentions, how if they're being genuine or not. But just little small things that the average person wouldn't look into, or they'll just sweep it under the rug. Even though they know it's a red flag, they'll look at it like, oh, that's not that serious, or I could get past that. And the other person that pay attention to that, they'll know to get away from that person just from that small little detail of something that wasn't right. So peace and blessings, much respect to y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate everybody that tunes in and supports. I appreciate y'all. Can't do it without y'all. I hope everybody's doing great. If not, I hope everything get better for you. Don't worry about it. Everything is going to be fine. Everything's going to come together, whatever you're doing. And if you are inside your head, get out your head. Stop thinking too much. Whatever it is you want to do, just do it. If you're getting that urge to do it, just follow it. Like I said with the details, it could be something small as your intuition pushing you to do something. Just do it. You don't got to have the big picture painted already, but that's just a small detail that's going to get you to the big picture, your intuition. So just follow it. If it's telling you to do something, put something out, go ahead, connect to this person. If that's what it's telling you to do to get to where you want to go when it comes to fulfilling something, do it. Don't worry about, oh, I need to figure it out Because that's what people do too. Thank you, God. They want to, I'm going to wait till I get all the resources. I'm going to wait till I get more signs. I'm going to wait till I meet more people. I'm going to wait till I get, no, do it. Now I'm going to wait till this looks like this and it's perfect. No, you already got the small detail that you need. You got this, you got your gift, you got your talent. God is telling you to go this way and that way. That's all you need. When you follow those little details, the bigger picture will come together because everything will start connecting. The people that you need will start coming. The tools you need, the resources, the money, everything will start coming. But you got to first move off that one detail of your intuition telling you to go, to move. God and the universe, ancestors telling you to go. Do that. Go follow this person and go reach out to this person because they're going to know this. You might not even know why something is telling you to go hit this person up. It could be walking down the street, something telling you, yo, walk up to this person, start talking to them. You don't even know. You walk up to them, you don't even know them from nowhere. You start talking to them, and they bring up something. You be like, yo, I just was talking about how I needed that. Yo, I just was talking about I was looking for somebody with that position. It's that real. But if you're not paying attention, if you're not paying attention to the details that's serious, you're going to be like, I ain't going to walk up to them. They going to look at me like I'm crazy or they don't even know me. And that's how a lot of people end up missing their blessings to the bigger picture because they not paying attention to small details like that because they thinking, oh, I could just sweep down to the rug. I could just get another opportunity. No, it don't work like that. So remember that too. It goes to many different areas. Pay attention to details, small, minute details. Helps save you a lot of headaches and it helps bring you further than a lot of people because the average person not paying attention to details that much. So like I said, much respect to y'all, much love. Keep doing your thing. Stay focused. I love y'all. I like to always say, whether we run, whether we jog, whether we sprint or crawl, because life is that hard sometimes. You can't run, you can't jog, you can't sprint. Only thing you could do is crawl to your destination. But like I always say, somehow, some way, we got to make it to our destination someday. So peace, blessings, much respect, much love. I love y'all. Keep doing your thing. Stay focused. And as always, to the next topic. Peace.